Hey, what's up guys? It's Orphanslayer. I got a tutorial for you. I got a request from someone asking me how I sync. If you don't know what syncing is, it's pretty much an essential part of any montage. And it's when you take the kills, whether it be with a sniper, a BR, any weapon, and you take them and you make them go with the audio of, well, the song. I have, what is this, 5 examples of different types of syncing that I generally use. There's no like set specific way to sync. It's just however you feel is the best way to do it. But I generally use these techniques with a couple other ones, which I'll go over. I don't actually have examples. But yeah, so here's the first one. Alright, so as you can see in that example, it starts off with the Spartan getting killed, which I just kind of put in there as a placeholder so you can see from one kill to the other. And then I sped it up. I sped up the footage to the other kill, and got it to sync with the music at that time. I guess in the end of the tutorial I'll go over what are some good places to sync in a song and how you can tell where to sync. But for right now, I'm just going over the different ways to get to those sync points. So yeah, using or speeding up a clip is one way you can do it, which is very effective. Just if you don't know, to speed up a clip, you can just click S anywhere along the timeline where you want to speed it up, and that'll split it, and then split it where you want to stop, and then hold Control and then drag it, and that should speed it up. And if you go like that, it should slow it down. It's not actually going to do anything, sorry to have it sped up. This is the prime time and book bag Montage that I'm using right now to demonstrate. But yeah, so that's one way. Here's the second example. And that example is just a crossfade between, it's the same thing as speeding up really, except for instead of having it just speed up between, you cut the clip somewhere in the middle, like you'd say cut it here, and then cut it here, and then you delete out the middle section, and you crossfade them, and you set it up at such a time that your second kill is going to be on the sync point. Let's go to the third example now. And you can see the first kill is just normal syncing because it's the beginning of the clip. But what you want to focus on in this clip is the syncing with the angle. Generally, there's a couple ways you can sync angles. You can either sync it so they come in and go out at the same time as a beat or something with the music, or you can do it like I did in this one, where you actually have the sniper shot go with the beat. So you can there's a multitude of ways you can incorporate angles to sync, whether it be using them as a placeholder, like instead of speeding it up, or slowing down footage, which is another way to do it. You can slow it down right before. You can use an angle there. And just a quick tip I've noticed in syncing, even if you have a clip set up that already seems to be like it would sync, like you just get lucky, which sometimes happens and is really nice, it's sometimes good to just speed it up and then cut out right before the kill, and then do a slow-mo and then have the kill because it looks pretty nice. And I have some pretty good examples of that in my montage that should be coming out relatively shortly. Alright, so let's check out the next example. This one is of BR syncing, which is a lot more difficult. Alright, so let's break it down. You can kind of, I'm not sure if you can hear on the double kill the sync, but it's pretty obvious on the first kill. What I did was I first, one of the most important things you gotta do with BR sync is you gotta count the shots so that you know how many beats there are. And then you look through your clip and you try and find a good time in the music where it fits with the song. That sounded retarded, but yeah, you just look through the music until you find somewhere that has a good, like that was 4 shots. You have to find a good 4 beat part of the song and then speed up, slow down, or cut the clip. This one I just sped it up. Um, on the later one, it has cuts in between it so that it syncs. But yeah, where's that one? That's about here. It goes, yeah. Um, it's kind of hard to see, but between each shot, there's a little cut. I think it's right there between these 2 frames. I cut out like 2 frames or so that the BR would sync better, and it still looks really smooth. Yeah, so that is another form of BR syncing. And then this double kill, it just kind of lined up. Another form of syncing that isn't necessarily BR syncing, but it's nice, is using an effect. So as you can see there, it has the colored bars go across the screen with the music, and that's kind of just a filler to, and it's always good when you have an effect to sync it to the music. I'm guessing this tutorial is going to be longer than 10 minutes, so I'll probably break it into 2 parts, but I'm not sure. So here's the final example. Yeah. But in this example, basically, it just has some simple BR syncing in the very beginning, and then I use this great plugin, which if you don't have, if you don't have Adobe After Effects, then you should probably get it because it's awesome. And yeah, regardless, there's this great plugin called Twixtor, which gives you that super duper awesome slow-mo, which you saw a lot in this, and you just have to use that to create a good timing between the BR shots or whatever. Even if you're sniping, you can use it there, and it's just really good for setting up different sync points. Alright, so now let me just go over finding points in a song. So to do that, I think I'll just zoom in on this clip over here. Actually, this is probably the worst one to use. Probably a good one would be take this. And I'll show you this whole clip. I might have extended that too long. Yeah, I did. Just want to get the kill tag, which is pretty awesome kill tag. Yeah. But anyway, so let's just listen to the song. And you can hear when you listen to the song, the sniper shots going with the beat. So generally what you want to do, what I find works really well, is taking the clips and making them to points that stand out in the music. Like if you hear a point that you just notice that point above all other points, you make sure, just find a way to get the kill to sync there. And most of the time that's going to be on the beat of the song, otherwise it's going to sound kind of awkward. And when you do that, most of the time, if you put all the rest of your kills to that beat, it's going to sound really good because you've got like the sniper shot on the beat each time. So it's also really nice for syncing. But that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I know I didn't do a great job explaining it because syncing really is just up to you, what you can come up with in your mind, and it's just be creative, come up with cool crap, and just gotta make sure that as many of your kills as you can are synced to music, because it really adds a lot of depth to your montage. And it's really just a good technique to use. BR syncing isn't as important because you can sometimes just play a clip and be fine. But generally with a sniper, if you don't sync it, it's gonna look awkward and not good. So that's basically it for this. I'll talk to you guys later.